Okay, so here we are. Now, I could stop now, but it's really only been an hour. So what I actually think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through one more dad's thing. I think I'm gonna do. Let me get back to my save first and foremost. 'Cause I actually haven't been saving since I started doing this for real.
Welcome. You've got dads.
We're gonna go with Damien. Because Brian and Joseph are last on my list, and I'm really curious about Damien. And I got a little bit of time before I have to stop and do dinner. And those fajitas are really sounding really good right about now. But yeah, we're gonna push ahead a little bit. We're gonna do Damien. Alright. So let's see if we can work our magical charm on Damien Blood March. I know more about him. I had a lot of fun hanging out with Damien the other day. I wonder what he's up to. He opened up Dad book and I started writing a message to him when Amanda walks in the door. Dad, you got a letter. Oh, is it from Grandma? No, it's from Damien. Whoa, can I see it? Amanda hands me a piece of old parchment, folded into an envelope and sealed with purple wax. Damn, this dude goes all out. I pry off the seal and unfold the letter. It's the most beautiful calligraphy, and the letter reads: Dearest Theo, I hope that you find my continued correspondence endearing, and rather than trying, one can only hope. Oh, never mind. Let me start that again because I read that wrong. I forgot that this man is totally into the Victorian age. I hope you'll find my continued correspondence endearing rather than trying. One can only hope that my use of slower, more traditional forms of communication will showcase my sincerity and earnest sentiment that I greatly enjoy our time together. I write this hastily under the warm embrace of excitement, fearful that I may misstep and speak towards something unwelcome. For now, I hope that you might forgive my boldness. I will simply say that your company has greatly occupied my thoughts. While the afternoon may have been derailed by forces unforeseen, your companionship helped a great deal. Not only is the discipline of my child, but the morale of my spirit, and for that, I thank you. That said, Theo, if you will allow me, it would mean the world to me if you and I could enjoy more of your... If I could enjoy more of your time. Perhaps a trip to the cinema followed by a moonlight stroll would be to your taste. I sincerely await your response. With great respect, the Blood March. I enjoy Damien greatly, and I'm going to have fun speaking like this for him. Amanda and I both look up from the letter.
Huh?
Wow. He's good. So, you're gonna catch a movie with him? Yeah, I better message him back on Dad book to let him know. Amanda slaps my laptop shut.
Hey.
You have to write him back a real letter. But my handwriting looks like two toddlers fighting over a crayon.
Hey.
Dad, you have to. He wrote you a letter. That's so cool. Will you help me? I need to class this up. Father, I was made for this. Here's what you do. You find tickets to a show that you two will like, then enclose them in the letter. Oh, that's classy.
Huh.
Men and I hop on my laptop to pursue showtimes. He doesn't seem like the romantic comedy kind of guy.
Hey.
Oh, here's one. Vampire Crusade 2. Evil Never Dies. I don't know, that sounds kind of stupid. Actually, it's critically acclaimed for its incorporation of the new, god damn it, my fucking microphone shifted again. There we go. It's actually critically acclaimed for exploration into the Inuis of existence. Really turns a vampire trope on its head. Really? Nah, there's just a lot of blood and vampires and titties. Well, let's roll the dice. I purchase the tickets and print them out. Sit down at the table with Amanda to try to draft a nice letter. I start writing, Damien. Good morrow to you on this fine hill. I do hope this letter finds you and get... Ooh, that's a tough one. That's a real tough one. Choices. I want this to be snazzy. I want this to be real snazzy. Let's see. Oh, the choices that we have before. I do hope this letter finds you in good health. Let's go with that. Good one. What's next? Hey, remember when your son tried the cask of Amontillado, that kid? You been good? I must confess my amateur control of the written word. I think I'm going with that one. If we're going classy, we're going full classy. Jeez, Dad, have some faith in yourself. Okay, we're trucking along. Let him know how you feeling. You find me in good spirits, for I felt very much the same after our last encounter. I did very much in fun. That earnest ship was pretty messed up. Let's go with this. You find me in good spirits, for I felt very much the same manner after our last encounter. Nice.
We got this.
Ask him to hang out already. True art takes time, Amanda. Well, a strange turn of events, I found myself enamored of the situation. Let me get at that. Like Pirelli's landscape of the fall of Icarus, I find myself lost in your detail. Yeah, let's do that. Dad, whoa. Saw it on TV. I'm not actually an intelligent person.
Yeah.
Bring it home, Pops. Alright. Let me take you out. I got 2 tickets to the movie. I would very much enjoy your company, accompanying me to the cinema. It would bring me great pleasure to escort you to the cinema. Let's go. Smooth. Calling it the cinema is a classy move. Enclosed, you'll find 2 tickets to the Vampire Crusade 2, Evil Never Dies, which I'm sure you will find both titillating and enjoyable. Best wishes. Hard daps. Namaste. We shall carry on. Best wishes. There we go. And I signed my name, my full name. Fancier that way. Theo Jones. Is this okay? Amanda reads over my sloppy handwriting. Jesus Christ, your handwriting is terrible. Yeah, I think that's perfect. You spelled his name wrong. Well, damn it. What? Nah, I'm just trying to keep you on your toes. Now you have to do is seal it and put it in his mailbox. Can I seal it with tape?
Hey!
That's not authentic enough. I have an idea. I'll be right back. Amanda leaves the room and returns with a candle, a lighter, and a small piece of wood. Gotta have a wax seal. He lights the candle, which starts burning down and forms a pool of melted wax. And what's that other thing? Amanda pours some wax onto the folded letter and expertly presses a small piece of wood to it. Lets it dry for a second to pulls the wood away, revealing... Here it is, your sigil. It's a little kitten with a bow on its head. Awesome. I love this kid. I love this kid. This is great. Damien may be climbing up the charts to be up there with Matt and Craig on my love list. Scrapbooking stuff. Always comes in clutch. Well, I guess there's just all there is to do is deliver it to his doorstep now, huh? Oh, I thought we were getting a carrier pigeon to do it. Already called my guy. I have a pigeon guy, Marcus. This is the good pigeons. Don't get your pigeons up for Anthony. Don't get your pigeons for Anthony. They're no good. I don't want to know if any of this is true. I head outside and walk to Damien's house. I slip the letter under the slot in his back door and go back home. Mission accomplished? Now we play the waiting game. The night finally rolls around and I'm supposed to meet Damien. The next day, he had left another beautifully crafted letter thanking me for mine and agreed to the evening. Amanda helps me pick out a nice outfit, and I show up to the theater a little bit early. It's a chilly night in the theater. It's kind of crowded, but it's still nice. How do you do? I jump at the slight sound of... Where the hell did the thunder come from? I jump at the sound of his voice and turn around to see Damien right behind me. You almost gave me a heart attack. How long were you there for? I don't know. I walked up. Apologies. I just walked up. My apologies for frightening you. Is that thunder? Is it gonna rain? I didn't hear anything. What?
What?
What? What is happening? Regardless, the hour grows close. Shall we find our seats in the cinema? I must thank you again for purchasing our tickets. Please, allow me to repay the deed in Sour Patch Kids or perhaps Milk Dud. Let's do it. We get in line to buy snacks as we're waiting a familiar voice behind us. Ugh, my dad is here. Turn around and find Lucian standing a few feet behind us with a gaggle of other goth kids.
Oh.
Lucian, how nice to see you. I didn't know you were coming to the theater. I'm glad to see you're spending some quality time with your friends. Whatever, Dad. Well, what movie will you be attending tonight? My friends are making me some sort of kid movie is about talking animals. Really don't care about it. Well, I do hope you enjoy your evening. We'll be watching Vampire Crusade 2, Evil Never Dies.
What?
You? Watching that? Yeah, I thought Damien would enjoy it.
Huh.
Good luck with that, Dad. Lucian rejoins his friends and I look over at Damien. Good luck with what? It's nothing. My son loves to tease. We wait in line for a little longer and Damien buys us snacks. He seems a little nervous. I wonder what's wrong.
Huh.
Damien and I take our seats and settle in for previews. Glancing at him, I can see that he's sweaty profusely with his arm on his arm, gripping his armrest. Is everything okay? Everything's perfectly perfect. Perfectly fine. I'm so excited for this film. I'm a devoted patron of the arts. Especially the scary arts. The scarier the arts, the better. Have a favorite horror movie? I, of course, have a favorite horror movie. Mine is Halloween Town. Terrifying. I don't really know how to respond to that. Halloween Town's not scary. I mean, it's scary in its own way, I guess, but it's not really a scary movie. It's a little worried now. Oh, interesting. This is gonna be fun. That's odd. I don't seem to remember Halloween Town being that scary. I would have expected him to bring up some sort of strange foreign film that I never heard of. Damien's knuckles turning white. Looks like he's about to rip the armrest off. Wait a second. Damien, are you afraid of horror movies? You must be joking! I love horror movies! Oh, he's terrified. The lights dim for the film. Damien screams! I apologize. I was thinking something far scarier than this movie, which is not scary at all. The movie hasn't even started yet. We settle in as the film starts. I offer Damien some licorice and he takes one. I take note of how much his hands are shaking. The title flashes across the screen in bloody letters. Vampire Crusade 2, Evil Never Dies. A pale man with long silver hair, glittering red eyes, and well-oiled abs sits up in a coffin. Awaken, my coven! Two more vampires slide to the top of their stone coffins onto the floor. Brother, is it time? Yes, husband. But also mortal enemy. It is time. What the fuck? Like, what the fuck is this movie? What is this movie? What is happening here? Alright. The three look at each other and then into the camera. For the Vampire Crusade! What? This rules. This is terrible. This is so bad. The trio of vampires fly off into the night as foreboding organ music plays in the distance. Somehow I get lost in the movie. As dumb as it sounded, it's actually pretty fun flick. We get to a tense movie in the movie where we get to a tense moment in the movie where Romulus Trueblood sits as a truce meeting with the general of the human army. His wife Romulus has fallen in love with. Romulus, it's good to finally meet you. General, I agree. Good. It's good to finally blood you. Oh my god, really? Romulus jumps out and slashes the general's throat. Blood splatters over everything, including the screen. Damien screams again, reflexively grasping my hand. I immediately blush, forgetting that any vampire or blood or vampiric blood. Oh, I'm terribly sorry. Damien retracts his hand and places it back in his lap. I was writing a novel in my head about the blood magic and I got into an extremely scary section. Damien goes back quietly, stressing out over the movie. It's kind of cute, and he won't admit he's scared. He's afraid of it. I wish he would hold my hand again. Maybe I could do something to try to make him feel more comfortable. I got it. I'll do what all dads do best. Talk during the movie. Tell a dad joke. Where does a dog go when it loses his tail?
What?
There. To the retail store. I yell the last bit a little too loud in the crowd in the movie theater, but I can see the smile from Damien's face. Good one, Theo. The rest of the movie goes by relatively smoothly, only a few whimpers from Damien. Maybe he would have liked the romantic comedy better. We get to the final scene of the movie where Romulus' bad blood and the general's wife embrace each other in his crypt. It appears that the true vampire crusade was the vampire crusade in our own hearts. Our cold, unbeating hearts. Romulus and the general's life began making out hard.
What?
The film fades to black as the end appears on the screen, but it's hard to cut to Demetrius and his rival lover Camilla, who watched the two from afar. Oh no, twist ending. Our bloodline has been pure for 1,000 years. Romulus has betrayed us by loving a human woman. This will only be a short time. It will only be a short time before the next Vampire Crusade 3. Evil must die again. More thunder and ominous organs as the movie fades out, and the bloodthirst and a bloody question mark now accompanies the end. Damien and I walk out of the movie theater amongst a throng of chattering moviegoers. He's a little paler than I remember, but otherwise he survived the encounter. He seems kind of invigorated. What an interesting film. While the premises immediately struck me as pedestrian, I was intrigued by the harrowing love story and the great attention to detail regarding the vampiric lore. Yeah, it was pretty good. A lot more vampire titties than I thought there would be. Come, the night is young. Let us take a stroll. Damien is making a point not to tell me where he's taking me. Still, I'm enjoying the walk and its cool night air. Being alone with Damien is a lot better than being in a crowded movie theater. Lovely night, isn't it? As lovely as the company, yes. Oh my. He thinks I'm lovely. Damn, okay. Here comes a smooth response. Thanks. No problem. Crushed it. We both stand there feeling a little awkward. I sure am one smooth operator. Are you getting a little hungry? Maybe we can stop off and grab something to eat. Worry not, friend. I have a plan. We turn the corner and are greeted by the gates of the cemetery. What? We're going in there. A little bit of Victorian flavor, Theo. Trust me. I'm a bit nervous, but Damien hasn't led me wrong yet. Follow his lead as we walk into the cemetery. Statues of angels stare down on us as we follow a path through the faded tombstones. We crest a small hill where we see a beautiful city. The lights sparkle around us. I gotta hand it to him for being a cemetery. This is strangely romantic. Picnicking in graveyards is in a Victorian fashion. Appropriate to finish an evening with a vampire fix. After a vampire movie, what did you say? With the floors, Damien produces a blanket and a picnic basket. Wait, where were you hiding that? Under my cloak? Oh, right. Damien unfolds the blanket and we both sit down, gazing at the city lights. We produce a bottle of red wine and a fine selection of cheeses. In the Victorian era, there was no public art gallery, parks, or botanical gardens to speak of. Once rural graveyards became more popular and as alternative to church burials, they became the only place that people could see beautiful plant life and find sculptures. That makes sense. It's pretty nice. I have a question though. How are you so okay with being in a graveyard, but you have trouble handling a scary movie?
Oh my.
I wasn't. He sighs deeply. Okay, yes, I was extremely scared by that movie, and I wasn't writing a book on blood magic in my head. I've never been good at those. I feel as if it's because of how I look and act, people expect me to love horror movies. So I just play the part. Truth be told, I don't know if I've ever had the constitution for them at all. Damien, I'm so sorry. If I had known, I would have suggested another movie. It's quite alright. I actually did find myself enjoying this one thanks to your help. Graveyards, however. I think there's something rather beautiful about death cemeteries. Cemeteries are traditionally built away from cities, away from the realm of the living, and it keeps us rather separate from it. To acknowledge the death and become comfortable with it, I think it gives us a certain intimate knowledge of ourselves. To sit amongst the generations of those who came before us, to be truly alive in the midst of so much death brings me great comfort. Death helps me appreciate life, to savor every second of it. We sit and enjoy our food and wine. I don't feel scared anymore. Never thought I'd be comfortable sitting alone in a graveyard at night, but I actually feel very at peace. Suddenly, it doesn't seem like we're alone. Off in the distance, I see a shadowy figure in the trees. Wait, what is that? I'm not sure. It noticed us. I'm paralyzed with fear. As it's beginning to lumber towards us, its shape is more animal form, more feral. I look at Damien for help, but he's just as afraid to transfix as I am. I want to scream, but it's stuck in my throat. The creature is getting closer, moving faster. Woof! Oh. It's a dog. And it finally comes into the light. The friendliest, dumbest looking Boston Terrier I've ever seen pulls up its owner towards us. The dog trots over to Damien and sniffs his hands. Damien looks ecstatic. He ruffles the dog's fur happily. What a beautiful dog! Hey. We both look up, not expecting to see. Hey, Robert. Thanks. Robert, what are you doing out here on this lovely evening? Unencrypted. What? What? I didn't know you had a dog.
Hey.
This isn't my dog. I found her wandering the street, put a leash on her, and now we're walking around this graveyard together. Unencrypted. Damien and I share a look. That is totally his dog. I know that's his dog because I've seen that dog. May I give her a treat? Sure. Wouldn't give her cheese, though. Not to worry. Damien reaches into the depths of his cloak and produces a small dog treat. What else is he keeping in there? The dog laps up the treat and crunches away, tail wagging furiously. Damien continues to smooth her fur, down her fur. Thanks. My absolute pleasure. Damien shakes the dog's paw. Lovely to meet you, my friend. May our paths cross again. Robert and his dog disappear into the distance, into the darkness again. Damien stares after them. I didn't know you liked dogs. Victorians loved dogs. Actually, most Victorian women had high fashion would be accompanied by a small dog such as a terrier or a Maltese. I think big dogs are nice too. Yeah, man, dogs are cool. I do believe we've had enough excitement for one night. Let's say we make our way home. Damien hops the fence and extends a hand to help me up. I gladly take it as my knees aren't what they used to be. He packs up his picnic basket and leads us out of the graveyard. As we begin to walk home, I take one last look at the cemetery. It really is beautiful. Like a proper gentleman, Damien walks me to my front door, my doorstep. Thank you ever so kindly for your company tonight. Damien, it was my pleasure. Theo, if you would allow me, it would bring me great joy to offer you a token of my affection. Damien reaches into his cloak and pulls out a folded monogrammed handkerchief. Press it into my hand. Wow, thank you, Damien. I'm gonna wave this to the passing ships. I can't wait to sneeze on this. I will use this to dry the tears for those I've lost. A noble purpose. Damien shuffles his feet. I just wanted to say it's rare to find someone like you, someone who's open to my eccentricities. It's nice to feel accepted. Thank you. Damien gives my hand a quick squeeze. Damien blushes and hastily retracts his hand. I must take my leave. Good night. Before I can say anything else, he's gone. Huh? I unlock the door and step inside. Like a whirlwind, Amanda runs from the window and plops down on the couch, trying to look nonchalant. Hey, Dad, what's up? Were you watching me from the window? No, I was just, Okay, yes. How was the movie? Lots of vampire titties. Told you. But turns out Damien is scared. Wait, Amanda doesn't need to know that. I'll keep that between me and Damien. Scary cool. Yeah, he's so scared. Cool, it's scary. Nice save, Theo. Did you know that graveyards used to be a place to throw a party? I think I misremembered that. Wow, that's pretty punk. Also saw a dog. Definitely thought it was a werewolf for a minute, though. How can you be so sure it wasn't a werewolf? How can you be so sure I'm not a werewolf? And how can I be sure you're not a werewolf? Amanda's eyes narrow.
Huh.
I don't trust you. Nor I you. We make intense, wary eye contact for a second. Anyway, I'm calling it a night. Don't stay up too late, will you? I'll try not to howl at the moon past midnight. Tip: it's never too early to invest in a personal IRA. S
My
rank.
dear friend, you've simply taken the egg on this one. Taken the egg is it's a Victorian phrase. It technically means winning, so, ultimately, you've won.
Oh, that's my adorable, dorky, awkward friend. Like, I didn't think there was anybody more awkward than Matt in this game. I was wrong. I was wrong, ladies and gentlemen. I was very, very wrong about that. Okay, so let us go on. Alright, we'll speed through this. I thought I hit leave her alone, but I apparently did not hit that one.
Oh no.
The best friend.
Alright. Oh no. Dad.
The gossipy one. What did MR say? I cannot believe that. Not dumb. Friends don't do. Because in all honesty, that's what I would say if my child ever came home and told me, "Hey, my friends are being complete assholes to me."
Welcome.
It would end with me
You've
going,
got
"Those aren't really your
dads."
friends then," because real friends don't do that. I mean, friends pick on each other, but real friends aren't dicks enough. All right, Damien, one more date with you, and we will see what you have to hold for us, or woman. I don't know what you are actually. Ever since we had that picnic in the graveyard, Damien and I have been spending a lot more time together. We go on nighttime strolls pretty regularly. He was so impressed with the first letter I wrote him, he insisted it's the only way we communicate is by post instead of going through Dad book. Initially, I protested, but he gave me one of his old signet rings he uses as a seal for my letters, and I just couldn't say no. Hanging out with Goth Dad again? Please, Amanda, you know his name. And yes. Be honest with me here, Pops. Is he actually a vampire? I remember you inviting him to our household one time, and I've just seen The Lost Boys, and honestly, I would have preferred trying to see if you could have walked through this threshold of our home under his own power. Yes, Amanda, I have become Damien's familiar. I'm compelled under his curse. I'm sorry, sweetie.
Ugh.
Turn into a bat. I don't think.
Dad.
What's the point of being a vampire if you can't turn into a bat? Well, okay, I'm off. Are you talking to the car, or are you gonna fly off into the night on leathery wings of a bat? One of those. While I'm out, can you throw out the garlic bread that's in the freezer so I don't die? That'd be great. I'm keeping it here as insurance. You understand, right? That's my girl. Damien and I walked to the water's edge, chatting. Damien's cloak. He hates it when people calls it a cape. Flutters behind and breeze. This is gonna seem like a silly question, but why do goths wear black? The Gothic subculture has always been associated with death, so it would make sense that the style surrounding it be greatly influenced by mourning. Interesting, though enough, it was that in the Victorian era of Queen Victoria herself mourned the death of her late husband for 10 years, wearing black for the rest of her life. If that's not goth, I don't know what is. I have another question. Go ahead. How are you so comfortable with death? You mentioned the graveyard that helps you appreciate your life or something.
Oh no.
I've experienced several losses over the course of my life. I truly believe that its only manageable way to cope with it is to accept that death is simply a part of living. The single universal truth for every human who has ever lived. I am going to die. You're going to die. Life carries on without us. It's true. Doesn't that make you feel scared? Not at all. Living without the advantages of modern science, death was everywhere in the Victorian era, and yet funerals were a major social function. Victorians were obsessed with memories of their loved ones, even going so far as to elaborately stage photographs with their dead relatives. Not yet. That is a thing. Those pictures are really fucking creepy, by the way. If you've never seen any, look them up on Google. The minutiae of mourning was also complex. The minutia, no, is that minutia? I don't know how to say that word. Was so complex that there were set periods of grieving that was deemed acceptable based on who in your life had passed. Now, we don't have any of that. If you lose someone, you end up feeling lost yourself because you have no modern equivalent of those formalities. We need to allow ourselves sometimes to grieve, to feel that loss fully, but now allow it to consume us. So no, I'm not afraid of death. I believe that is a waste to spend your entire life dreading the end of it. The time we have here is brief and fleeting, and occasionally cruel, but it is at all times precious. Damn it, I skipped the rest. I'm trying to look back at my stream and see if I can see it. To stare death in my face is precious. Yeah, I couldn't read it. Anyway, wow, that's beautiful. I can see the moonlight fade glint off of Damien's eyes. He smiles. We turn to the harbor and watch ships pass, breathing the salty air. I look to Damien again and I can't help but embrace his charm. He's a mystery. I find everything about him so fascinating. I lean closer to Damien and I close my eyes as I do so. I'm so sorry I had to take this. Damien steps away from me to answer his phone. Oh no, I hope it isn't Lucian again. After speaking in hushed tones for a few moments, Damien returns to me. Everything okay?
Oh my.
There's an emergency. Lucian? No, thankfully, but I must take my leave. Oh, okay. Is there anything I can do to help? Dads do have to stick together, right? You know it. Then come, there isn't time to waste. After a short drive in silence, we arrive at a rundown building on the outskirts of town. Where are we? It's better if I just show you. I pull up surprisingly. Push the surprisingly heavy door and find myself inside a dimly lit waiting room. A few rickety chairs line the wall, and there doesn't seem to be anyone at the front desk. There are a few paintings and pictures on the wall, but they seem nondescript. I'm still unsure of what kind of place this even is. Wait here a moment, I'll be back. Damien walks off down the corridor, his boot heels echoing through the hall of the seemingly empty building. Distant howls echo from someplace I can't see, and there's a faint scratching sound like the claws of textiles. I cautiously peek down the hall and find a stall of scared-looking dogs. A few of them notice me and skitter up to their chain-link fences, sticking their noses through to sniff the air. What have I gotten myself into? It's an animal clinic or rescue shelter. Pretty clear what this is. Suddenly the lights shut off. I panic, unsure as to where I am or how to even get out. I stumble through the darkness. My breathing is heavier and heavier. Damien? The lights finally turn back on. Hey, sailor. Mary, what are you doing here?
Come on.
You aren't here for the fight club? Huh? I don't want to get punched in the face. Great, because this is an animal shelter. A what? We take care of stray animals, and then people adopt the stray animals. You didn't see the pets when you walked in? Oh, sorry, I didn't really expect to see you volunteering in an animal shelter. Ugh. Wow. Okay, kid. Way to put me in a box. James, you hear this baloney? Just one moment. Thunder cracks and the door opens. Appearing from the shadows, I see Damien? You clean up nice. Hey. It's Damien. He looks completely different. No cloak, no Victorian era clothes, no makeup. I wasn't planning to share this side of myself until much later, but I'm not as goth as you think. I'm a systems administrator for the IT department of Realty Company. I wear tennis shoes to work. I listen to Bruce Springsteen. I enjoy going to the hardware store and looking for storage solutions, and I volunteer at an animal shelter in my spare time. I'm boring. I'm fascinated with Victorian history and the goth lifestyle. That much is true, but it's just not all I am, and I need you to know that. Oh, hate to kill the moment here, but there's some pressing business that needs to be attended to. Oh, right. It's Duchess Cordelia. Again? Who's Duchess Cordelia?
Oh my.
She's one of the pups. Gets out all the time. Somehow she learned how to open the doors, and now she's just unstoppable. When did she get out? This morning when I went to sing sea shanties to the cats, when I came to the back, she was already bolted. I have to say, we're here with the pet, so I need you two to go out and find her. Of course. Where could she be? She always ends up running off to the same place. Here, let me draw you a map. Mary starts scribbling on the back of a pet adoption form. She's very smart, ruthless even. You need to stay on your toes and get her back here by sundown, or else she turns into a werewolf and starts eating people. What? You're a perfect little piece, Theo. We just don't want her to get stuck outside when she's cold, where it's cold. Oh. I'll grab some treats. Get hit the road. Damien and I look over the map Mary created for us. Oh man, I'm Nerd House too? I'm Nerd House? Damn, dude. Who the hell's other nerd? Mary Sick Pad, Nerd House, Coffee Dad, Kale, Mario Batali, Dames, Smalls. Alright, that's Damien, that's Smalls. Who the fuck is the other nerd? Well, that's, alright, that one's Matt. That one's Craig. Who's Mario Batali? Trying to think. Like, I should be able to figure out who this is. Damien, Joseph, Robert, me, Matt, Craig. Oh, I know who that probably is. So wait, Mario Batali? So that's gotta be, what's his name? Brian. His other nerd's house would have to be Hugo. At least you're not other nerd's house. Looks like you're moving up in the pecking order. Congrats, kiddo. Where should we head first? Alright, where are we exactly? That's a tough question. I think it matters where we go. Try the cul-de-sac, I guess. Damien and I exit the parking lot and start driving towards town. Look over to him and he seems concerned. Shouldn't be too hard to find. Dutch is right. She's a pretty big pup. Mary wasn't kidding when she said the dog was smart. One time she correctly guessed the winner of the Kentucky Derby. A great year for Bark Bark Bark. That was a joke, great. I don't know. What do you think our odds are, Theo? Abandon all hope of you who enter here, huh? Let's go for it. Lo, look upon God's creation and wretch with horror, as he hath forsaken. Hell is empty, and the devils are here. Nice. I thought that would cheer you up. Let's just hope for the best. We got this. We drive through the cul-de-sac, and everything seems to be normal. Looks like Brian's doing some yard work. We pull into Brian's driveway and hop out.
don't know about that.
Hey, don't step on the grass. I just mowed it. Have you seen any unusual activities in the area today?
Hey.
Aside from your underwatered lawn? Ooh, no, Brian. Let's not go there. How dare you? I take my lawn care very serious. Theo, please. You haven't seen a dog running through here, have you?
I don't know about that.
Well, a little while ago I heard Maxwell barking at something. When I came outside, my garden had been torn to shreds. It's gonna take forever to get retill the soil. That could be a dog or a rather feisty raccoon. Whatever it was, it must have been hungry, ate all my tomatoes. I'm very sorry to hear about your garden. If you need assistance restoring it to its former glory, please don't hesitate to contact me.
Yeah.
It'll do, buddy. Good luck finding that dog. She's probably still hungry. I wonder if she's looking for more food elsewhere. Okay, so let's go to the coffee spoon. Let's just go down the list. We park in front of Matt's coffee shop and walk inside. Seems like a real slow day. Matt seems behind the counter reading a book. Hey, Matt.
Oh.
Didn't expect to see you today. What's up? Have you seen any stray dogs around here? Actually, yeah. Caught one digging through the trash earlier. Ran away when we tried to get close, though. See which direction it ran off in? Matt thinks for a second.
Hey.
Might have been running east, I think. That pup tore through 3 pans of old right said banana bread. Want to take some for the road just in case? Sure thing. Matt packages up a slice. Thanks for the slice, the road slice. The banana bread is gonna be good. The banana bread's gonna be so good. I think he meant to give it to you for the dog. Right, I meant it's gonna be so good for the dog to eat. That dog can get my banana bread. I feel like we're on the right track. You think? If we keep this up, we'll find Duchess in no time. You like dogs so much, why don't you have any? Lucian is severely allergic. I wouldn't put him through that. But there's still dogs in my life, so for that I'm grateful. About to be one more dog in your life, buddy. Splendid attitude. Let us not waste any more time. Verily. Alright, to the softball field. You drive to the softball field and looks like Craig's team is practicing. I wonder if any of the kids saw something. Craig spots us and jogs over, softball bat slung over his shoulder. Hey bros, what's up? Craig, you wouldn't have happened to see a dog running around here, have you? One escaped from the shelter and we're trying to locate her. I don't think so. Maybe one of the girls saw something. Girls! Hi, Amanda's dad. You know, I have a name. We have names. Girls. Have you seen any dogs around? There was a big dog here earlier. She ran off a while ago, though. I don't think she's had an owner, but she really wanted to play. We tried to play fetch, but she just took the softball and ran. I think she ate it, actually. She was a lot of dog. There, take another softball. Might come in handy later. Many thanks, Craig. Alright, go Bayside. We arrive at the Bayside. It's like old times, eh? I remember it as if it was yesterday. I mean, earlier today. So what do you think? Signs of pooch? None yet, although who knows if she's made it into any of these ships. Duchess would do that. Wouldn't put it past her. She's to know how to navigate through the rough seas without a compass. Very smart. Ops? Damien and I turn to see my daughter. Amanda, what are you doing here? Did you think I just stayed inside all day vegging out on the couch and watching TV? Oh, sorry. What are you doing here?
Yes.
I'm headed home to veg out in front of the couch, veg out on the couch and watch TV. Had to get a burrito first. Young miss, have you seen a dog running around here? Oh, you bet. I saw a Pomeranian with a bow around his neck and saw a big old Doberman named Henry. It was the stroller full of Yorkies, a Greyhound, a Golden Retriever. Did you see a Mastiff anywhere? No dice. I definitely would have remembered that. Gotta run though. This Rito is about 10 minutes from before the cheese breaks down into down the molecular structure of the tortilla and makes it all soggy. You understand? I do. Of course. Have a lovely evening, Miss Jones. Matt says Duchess went to the east of the coffee spoon, but there's no sign of her here. I suppose we need to go not so east? I fear that the hours grow short. We must be making haste if we are to find Duchess by sundown. Damien looks more stressed out by the minute. I gotta think of something to lighten the mood. What kind of dogs does a vampire have? Knock knock. How many gauss does it take to screw in a light bulb? I don't know how many. 1. Gauss are very capable, especially when looking for a dog. Damien smiles to himself. I keep reading Damien directions off the map and we drive around town. Well, there's only one place to go, so let's go to the aquarium. Damien and I stopped by the aquarium. Everything looks in order, but it might help to get out of the car and take a look. See anything? No dog here. Not even any sign of a... Did you know penguins were once considered the gulfs of the sea? Damien, I want to believe you so badly. Hey, let's head back to the cul-de-sac. Probably went back there. There are people there. We arrived at the cul-de-sac to find everything looking normal except... Uh-oh, Hugo's front door is wide open. She can open doors. This is classic Duchess Cordelia. A telltale sign if we should approach with caution. Whatever goes down in there, I've got your back. We creep up onto the porch and step inside. They're sitting on the center of Hugo's living room, like she owns the damn place. Is one of the biggest dogs I've ever seen. Woof! Well, she hasn't broken anything here yet. Wonderful, now all we have to do is get the leash on her before she tries to escape again, and get her out of here before Hugo comes home. Easy peasy. Duchess, come here. Duchess eyes Damien warily. She approaches, she begins to growl. Son of God. We'll need another plan. Alright, let's give her the banana bread. I don't think a dog treat's enough. I don't think the softball's gonna do us any good. I reach into my pocket and pull out a slice of right said banana bread Matt gave me. Duchess sniffs the air and hones in on the bread. Come here, girl. Nice and easy. I got something yummy, homemade, vegan, and possibly gluten-free banana bread. That's what you're into. Duchess cautiously approaches me and gives the bread a good sniff before taking it from my head and dropping it on the ground like dogs always do for some reason. She curls up and starts munching on the bread. Success! Damien walks up behind the Duchess and attaches the leash to her collar. She immediately notices and starts whining. It's time to go home now, Duchess. Damien gives a tug on the leash, but she won't move. Duchess, what happened to our rapport? You and I used to be bosom buddies. She still doesn't move. She's huge. There's no way we could even try to lift her. Well, this is a weird situation to be in. I think we'll literally be trespassing in our friend's house with this large... I think we're literally trespassing in our friend's house with this large dog. What are you nerds doing here? Brandon stands in the door with a plate of pizza rolls. Alright, let's go. What flavor pizza rolls are those? Pepperoni blast? Nice. Duchess notices Ernest and starts to pull against her leash. Why is this dog in my house? It's so long. The Duchess suddenly breaks free from Damien and grips and hurls towards Ernest. Ah! Ernest and the Duchess fall to the ground. Pizza rolls fly everywhere. This is bad. Ernest, are you okay? Ernest feeds Duchess a piece of... Hey, she likes pizza rolls! Ernest sits up, but the dog keeps licking his face. Oh, hey! Hugo stands at the door, looking like he's lost at a loss for words. Huh? What? What are you guys? Whose dog is this? It's a long story. It involves a large dog who knows how to open doors. Woof. Hugo, may I present to you Duchess Cordelia?
I don't know.
How do you do? Oof. We're friends. Duchess licks Ernest's face. She's from the local animal shelter. She got out and we've been tracing her all around town. Your house was her final stop. Dad, can we keep her? Ernest, I don't know if we set up to take care of her.
Huh?
Wait, did you just call me Dad? Come on, please. Look how cute she is. Hugo sighs. We had been talking about adopting a dog for a while. But you have to promise you'll take care of her. Yeah, I'll give her all the pizza rolls her little heart desires. I suddenly remember what's on the back of the map. When I pull out, what's on the back of this map when I pull out the pen in my pocket. I got the forms ready for you if you're interested. I'll even waive the adoption fee since, you know, we're technically broke into your household. Well, alright. It's a deal. Hugo steps on the porch with us, signs the form while Ernest plays with Duchess inside. The Duchess inside. Duchess, I'm with you. Pizza rolls are a good thing to have somebody adopt you for. Oh no, I don't have my... Yo. Alright, that could have been bad. That bottle was not mostly full. He sure seems to be happy with his new...
Oh!
I know, he called me Dad, can you believe it? Damien places a hand on Hugo's shoulder. I certainly can. I think this will be really good for Ernest. You should teach him some responsibility. Theo, you should probably look into get better locks on your door, though. The Duchess is a wily one, but you do right by her and she'll love the two of you forever. Thank you. And long story short, the Duchess now lives with a happy home and neither of us were charged with breaking and entering. So all in all, I think it's a fine day's work. Nice work, you two. Theo, you could be a valuable asset to our volunteer team. You know, if you ever feel like petting some puppies, hit me up. Mary, I always feel like petting puppies. Good to know. Well, we'll catch you fellas later. Mary starts to leave. Oh, and one last thing. Damien's been telling me about you. I'm glad he finally brought you around. Oh, yeah. Damien's my special boy. I love him. We go way back. I got a lot of vested interest in his health, success, and well-being. If you ever hurt him, Mary.
Hey.
You can fill in the blanks. I go. Yes, ma'am. Mary leaves me alone with Damien. So, about the whole golf thing. I, completely understand if you aren't interested in me anymore. What? Am I missing something here? I'm not a cool golf prince. I'm boring. I own 5 pairs of tennis shoes. I wear dumb glasses. I don't... don't you care? I wear glasses too, man. Me and my avatar. We both wear glasses. You look so nervous. Damien, do you really think I only like you because of the golf stuff? That's all cool, but the best thing about you is how passionate you are about the things you love. History, art, Victorian fashion, dogs, storage solutions. It doesn't matter what it is, you care. That's awesome. And also, the glasses are very cute. You don't think I'm boring? If you're boring, then I don't know what it makes me. I spend too much time online shopping for flashlights. I get excited to mow my lawn on Saturdays. I get cranky about commercials being too loud. I've even been thinking about making my own peanut butter. Then maybe we can be boring together? It would never be boring if it was with you. Damien suddenly closes the gap between me and pulls me into a hug. He buries his face in his shoulder. His hair smells like lavender and rosemary. I was so scared you wouldn't like me. Quite the opposite. Damien pulls away for a second and he looks me in the eyes. Without colored context, his eyes are so dark and soulful. May I kiss you? Thou art welcome. Verily, you may take it upon yourself. I don't know what, just kiss me. He smiles slightly and leans in, giving me a gentle kiss. Damien pulls away and then gives me an intense look. Do you want to help me take care of the puppies? Yes. Damien and I arrived back at the cul-de-sac, our fingers intertwined. Like a proper gentleman, he walks me to my doorstep. This was so lovely. Thank you for understanding. Thank you for everything, and I'm very happy that I can be myself around you. Glad, but I have one request.
Huh.
What's that? Can we keep sending each other those letters? Of course. Damien kisses me one last time before turning around and heading home. Amanda runs back to the couch from the window and tries to look as nonchalant as possible. Hello, Father! I was here, sitting here, on the couch the entire time. Hi, Amanda. So, are you guys, like, starting a vampire coven together? Oh, plot twist. Mothman. Damien's actually Mothman. Didn't see that coming either. Genius. Well, whatever's happening, I'm really glad you two are happy. You deserve it, Dad. Aw, shucks. I'm gonna head to bed. Catch you in the morning. Sure thing. Make my way to my room and fall down on my bed, my heart full of excitement for the days to come. Oh, Joe-sama. Wait, where did Joe-sama come from?
I'm sensing a romance between us. A chemical romance.
Oh, that's just bad.
What? That's a band?
That's just bad. That's just bad, Damien. Interview with the vampire is complete. And now we speed through this part.
Uh-huh.
Hey, Damien's in his regular clothes. I walk over to Mary, who's having a lively conversation with Amanda. We have a really fluffy Samoyed right now. His name's Harold. He loves belly rubs. He always tries to lick your face if you get too close. Mrs. Christiani, I thank you so much for telling me in great detail about these dogs. Every single dog currently at this animal shelter. Please tell me about the Afghan with the 3 legs again. Sure, Quadro. We call him one of those ironic nicknames. You know, if you're really that interested, I could probably steal one for you. Really? Nah, but I could get you to meet all of them. I could get you in to meet all of them. We really always could use extra hands around the shelter, and if those extra hands are also happen to steal a dog, I'm glad you two are able to bond over cute dogs. Really warms my heart. Dad, we're having a moment. Yeah, Sailor, your kid's a good egg. Where's your goth prince? You two are usually attached at the hip these days. Oh my. He's around. Stellar. Mary returns her attention to Amanda. It's not too hard to sneak a dog into college. Trust me, I did plenty of it back in the day. At one point, I had 3 cats living in my dorm. Said to leave them to it, although Mary is definitely not a good influence on my child. Hey, it's the doggy! Duchess! Hugo and Ernest run up to me. Duchess gives my face a few broad licks and hops down. We're working on that. Got her in disciplinary class. She's a wild spirit that runs where she may. I don't mind at all. Looks like the 3 of you are getting along nicely. Hey! She's a valuable addition to the clan. If I hold up my homework in front of her, she'll eat it. Cool.
I don't know.
We'll deal with that later. Duchess Cordelia spots a squirrel and darts across the yard. Ernest follows her, laughing. He's actually been a lot more manageable lately. I think taking care of a dog is good for him. Thanks for breaking into my house, I guess. Anytime. Theo! I'm not doing you right now, man. Oh. Hey! Craig, my dude! Hey! Hugo comes up to me with a plate of mac and cheese. Hey! Alright, we've already done that part.
Hey! Oh!
Hey.
Oh shit. Damn it, I always do that. Let's load that because I actually want to read that. The things I do for story for you guys.
Oh, hey.
I don't know.
Right now we'll just This way.
Ah. Oh.
I don't know.
Hey,
Hey, Amanda's dad. God damn it, I have a name. I have a name, kids. I have a name. It's Theo. I gave him a name. It took me a second to think of it. Use it, please. I turned to spot Lucian walking up to me. Hey, Lucian. Hey, yes, Lucian. Thanks for inviting me to your party. Anytime, bud. You know we had a rocky start, but I'm glad to know you. I hope you know how much your dad cares about you. Yeah. Dad's had a rough couple of years, and I know that it must not have been easy to raise me alone. He's kind of a weird guy, but I love him a lot. And seems like you make him happy. So, you're cool in my book. Thank you, Lucian. That means a lot to me. Sure. And let me know if you want me to give you back your stick and poke something. Give you a stick and if you want me to give you a stick and poke sometimes. Thanks for coming by, Lukey. See you around, Theo. Party starts to wind down and take a seat on the back porch, and then Amanda wanders over and they have a sappy moment. Pew! I take a seat next to Damien as the last of the guests make their way out of the party. Did you know in the Victorian era they would call benches seedy boys? What? Really? I'm kidding, Theo. But what if? Actually, seedy boys does sound like something we'd call a bench in that era, but whatever. Good to see you in your civvies again. Thank you. I had a revelation the other day, Theo. I think it's largely due to your continued influence on me. There was a version of myself that I might have been embarrassed to show you my... There was a version of myself that might have been embarrassed to show you my true form. My information technology form. But what you said to me about how my passion is what you truly admire is... that emboldened me to feel like myself regardless of how I choose to dress and act. Instead of separate entities, they simply a facet of myself, and they are simply different facets of myself. A three-dimensional human being one of his thoughts, wants, and needs. I love dressing the way that I do, but I feel constricted by what I thought was my own personal brand, made me lose sight of why I did it in the first place. To make myself happy. I place my hand on Damien's and feel a light squeeze. I look up. I'm greeted by Damien's warm smile. I'm trying to be more comfortable with you, who I am, rather than dealing with who I could be to others, people. Can't stop smiling. I'm so proud of him. Damien, I'm so happy you realized that you can be a dog-loving goth. Me too, Dio. Me too. Dog-loving goth. I feel myself inching closer to Damien. I go to brush a lock of hair out of his face and is shocked at how soft it is. How is your hair so soft? Dog shampoo. What? Run my hand through his hair and lean closer to me, placing his hands on the sides of my face. Strokes my cheek with his thumbs. You know, public displays of affection were considered scandalous in the Victorian era. Damien pulls me in for a kiss. I think I can make an exception for you. And we have Theo as our dad. But that's been fun. And we have two more dads to go. We have Joseph and we have Brian. The two that I'm not the most thrilled about to have to talk to. I enjoy the others. But yeah, Damien's my number 3 dad right now. Matt and Craig are still tied for 2. And Joseph's a close second. And Robert's a close second. Yeah, it's just Craig/Matt for number 1, Robert, and then Damien for me in terms of affection. And I really did like Hugo's story too, because I appreciate a man that's into wrestling. But that said, we're gonna speed through this part because we're done, and I gotta go make fajitas. So I'd like to thank all of you guys for watching. If you're watching on Twitch and you like what you're seeing, please hit that follow button. If you are, I gotta see this. I'd go have dinner in a graveyard with him in time. Anyway, like I was saying, if you're watching on Twitch and you like what you're seeing, hit that follow button. If you're watching On YouTube, remember to like and subscribe, and if you're watching on vid.me, do the same thing. And until next time, people, remember to save often, you'll live longer. Peace.